Is it time for recess yet? I'm so glad you found time to join us here on the Childcare Director's Chair, where Erica Sacoccio shares her best practices that she's refined through her passion of directing childcare centers over the last 23 years. From parenting interaction, systems to save you time, money, and stress, to profitability. She shares it all from the Childcare Director's Chair.
Hey guys, you have reached the news desk, and I have a juicy one for you. You have reached the Childcare Director's Chair podcast. I'm your host, Erica Sacoccio, and I'd like to say welcome to the show. If this is your first time tuning in, we hope that you will hit that subscribe button and put on that notification bell so that way you know when we put out new episodes, which AKA is every day, Monday through Friday. We release new episodes at 5 in the morning. So I want to say before I hop into this news, because it's good. I have to say how much I love you guys. Like, between the messages that I get in Facebook and Instagram of how inspired you are by the show, how raw the show is, how real we are. Yes, of course we're real. I'm not trying to sell you a book. I'm not trying to sell you coaching. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I am a childcare owner like the rest of you. I currently own a center. I go into my center every day. I get in my car at 5, drive to the center by 5:30, 5:45, do my morning quiet activities, safety checks, check emails, and all the things you all do too. I do them too. So yeah, I mean, it's real because I live it every day. So I hope that our show has been one that helps you, one that makes you laugh sometimes, one that might make you cry sometimes, one that gets you inspired, and one that helps you really reconnect with your team. Because for me, the most important thing at all of our centers is the people. And when I say people, I mean our children, our families, our staff, our communities. So if that is your language, then you have found the right podcast. So today I am looking at the NC Health News, and I'll put this in the link. It's North Carolina's healthnews.org, and it says, this is a little bit older. So this came out on June 19th, but I thought it was so good I wanted to really share it. So it says NC's House budget would make quality standards optional for childcare centers. So the $31.7 billion proposal would also temporarily extend childcare funding and raise Medicaid provider rates, along with changing how childcare centers are regulated. So they talk a little bit about how rates are tied to their quality rating system. And so they're talking about their fiscal budget. I really want to get into all of that, but they are talking about how they want to deregulate childcare centers. The House spending plan would alter how the state rates childcare centers across the state. The change that troubles Cody Kinsley, and I'm sorry if I said that name incorrectly, but she's the Secretary of the State Department of Health and Human Services, as many facilities face the end of the infusion of federal COVID funds. The state's 5-star rating system dictates the quality of care and the reimbursement for child care centers. It was set up to give parents a better idea of quality of child care available at certain facilities and the level of education of providers, while providing an impetus for the centers to improve their child-to-staff ratios and quality. There has been debate for several years, especially during the immediately after the pandemic, about how to change the system, because some providers were having difficulty finding teachers who meet educational standards that are willing to work for the limited compensation offered by centers. So the House budget, it does basically two things. The House budget does two things, Kinsley told the NC Health News. One is its language that provides an alternative method by which child care centers in North Carolina can achieve their star rating. We've actually been working with the industry to propose alternative pathways forward that if a child care center has national accreditation that equates to 3, 4, or 5 stars, then great. They can get those stars and they don't have to go through that secondary process. Like, I've been saying this for a long time, why accreditation wouldn't be the standard. And it used to be the standard, and then every state put in their own quality rating, which I, if you don't know, we have a YouTube channel, and I have a video about that subject that I did probably about, oh my goodness, probably about 6 or 7 years ago. So yeah, I think I am 100% a supporter of accreditation. I am 100% a supporter of quality rating systems. I don't understand why you need both. That there would be that. And also they're talking about making it so that regardless of what your star rating is, you'd get paid the same, which I think is pretty much the standard of what happened during the pandemic. I feel like everybody was kind of getting whatever they were getting, but that money is gone. So a child care center that is getting 5 stars, if it's going to go to what the average pay is, it's going to get a pay cut. So if you're at the higher level, they're going to just basically do an average of what they're going to pay centers across the board. So that's really great for centers that are at the lower spectrum, but those who went and did all that work and effort and made the supports available for their teachers to either earn an associate's, earn a bachelor's. I mean, most states have the TEACH program, and they've funneled tons and tons of money into that program, which is fantastic. But now we're at the point where they're saying, you know what, never mind, it doesn't really matter. We're not going to pay for that, is essentially what kind of is going on here. So the subsidy funds currently help families afford childcare programs with 3 or more stars, along with sponsored programs that meet health and safety standards. So what do you guys all think about this? What do you think about high quality programs now not getting the money that they've worked for most of them several years? And yeah, so what are we thinking? So are they going to get paid the same as those who have teachers and teacher assistants who only have like a GED or a high school diploma? So there's a lot of things to consider, but they did note that almost 300 childcare centers closed last year in North Carolina. That's a lot. 300 childcare centers closed. That makes me cry. That makes me sad. Those are small businesses in the community, and we desperately need them to thrive, as they say in the article. Now is not the time to cut what our highest quality centers are getting paid to do their work. At a time when our childcare system is standing on the brink, we can't afford to reduce how much childcare centers are getting paid, or we're going to push them over the brink, over the edge even faster. So yeah, scary things. So many things to unpack in this article. That's why I said it was juicy. Like I really want to talk about this. So I have a couple ideas. If anybody wants to come on the podcast and we can discuss this further, especially if you are in North Carolina, I would love that. There's just so many things. They're saying leaders in the childcare space have raised the alarm about this looming childcare financial cliff when federal pandemic aid dries up, and now all of this additional money in terms of quality, which was before COVID. So I don't know. This part is interesting. So we're talking about a national crisis where families can't afford services. Centers barely can make it now. So now we're talking about we're going to withdraw money. And I think once one center does this, will the others follow? So if you're a higher quality program like mine, we're a 4-star, so we get a higher reimbursement rate. If our rate is reduced, yeah, there's no way. So yeah, I'd love to talk about it. So that's what's in the news, really juicy gossip. So let's continue the conversation over on Facebook or Instagram. And certainly if you would love to be on our show and talk about it a little further, please hit me in those, text the show and give me your contact info, and we will get you scheduled to be on our podcast. What else I want to say before we log out? I also would like to say that thanks for listening to the end. It is summer and I am ready to hit the road. So if you are looking for someone to come out and present a fun, engaging workshop for your administrative team or your entire team, If you have a strategic planning meeting coming up and you would love somebody to be part of that, I would be happy to. If you are planning a conference or you know about a conference in your area and you'd love to see the Child Care Director's Chair come out and be part of that, please let me know. Send me an email, send me a text, send me an Instagram message, Facebook, all the things. I answer them all. So thank you again. And as always, remember, it's the little things that make a big impact in the success of your childcare business. And as always, have a great day.
Well, all the cute little kiddos have been picked up and it's time to go home. And that'll do it for another episode of the Child Care Director's Chair. Please leave a review so Erica knows the information is helping you to manage and improve your childcare centers. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episode from Erica's Child Care Director's Chair.